Hi, welcome to the Back Post, and just before we get into the video, just a reminder that if you're new here, if you like what we do, we'd really appreciate a subscribe. We're going up slowly over this month, and it's been some good progress. Leave us a like, leave us a comment. We really try to get back in touch with everyone that comments and start discussions down there. So, more than happy to chat to you, more than happy to take your opinions on board. Thanks a lot. On with the video. Alright, hello. This is my third time in 3 days in front of this camera. Hi Adam.
Hello.
It's getting fun. I'm very tired. There's a lot of football happening right now. And the biggest game of the football that's happening, some might say, is I actually don't know if it's a home or away. That's the
you are at home.
We're at home. Good. Yes. It's Tottenham United. We're going to preface this video by saying we're going to talk about the game. We're going to say what we think is going to happen, who's going to play. But United play in the Carabao tonight, and Tottenham play in Europe on Thursday. So players can break their legs, be sent off, go for a shit and never return. Who knows? So we're doing the best we can. There's a lot of football to sort of keep track of, and this is when we could make a free time to keep track of it. So if some things are slightly inaccurate, if Lo Celso bites someone's neck on Thursday, I'm sorry, I couldn't have predicted that. I don't know. I've taken into account.
You've said it now.
Yeah, I've taken into account who I think will play on Thursday, and then I've devised my lineups for that. But anyway, how are you doing, Adam?
I'm not too bad, mate. Obviously, like you said, we've got Brighton tonight, haven't we? You've just played last night, so
is it Brighton again for you?
Lineup is. Pardon?
Is it Brighton? Oh, brilliant! Because they're going to be angry.
Playing. Who's our best player? Would you say?
Who's your best player?
Yeah.
Are you expecting me to say the ref?
The post.
The post. Yes. No. Well, if Brighton play anywhere near, that's what I was going to say to sort of open this video. I was going to say if we take just the Premier League games, our last Premier League games, I think it's fair to say that our team sat on either end of the luck spectrum. I think United got a lot of luck to get those 3 points, and I think Tottenham got slapped with a whole shit heap of bad luck to lose 2 points. So if karma's real, who knows what's going to happen with you tonight? But I think that's a good place to start. I mean, you played Brighton. What was your opinion of that game?
Well, like you said, we was extremely lucky. We didn't play good football at all, and they turned it on against us like they do against all the big teams. But I said this to my dad yesterday. I said we probably should have got beat that game. So we've got a lot to learn for the game tonight. I think he'll mix the team up tonight, to be fair, in preparation for Sunday. But we need to do something different to beat him tonight. I mean,
we don't want to linger too much on the Carabao tonight, but what will he do to the team tonight?
I think he'll put you. Are you expecting Ighalo, James, McTominay will probably start? If the players like that,
he's throwing the cup. That's what you're saying.
No, I think we'll want to win this, to be fair.
Fair enough.
But if we do get beat, then there's my excuse.
I'm hoping that Tottenham use the Carabao Cup now, as he's fine. Mourinho hadn't beaten Lampard, Daddy, last season, and now I think it'd be nice if Mourinho can, beat Lampard's Chelsea, slap out the way Solskjaer's United, and just really sort of get rid of. Basically, it's like getting rid of all the cobwebs from his closet, isn't it? It's Mourinho saying, right, fuck this. That would be really nice. So that would be a fun game to do. Same with us. We're playing. I don't want to say them because I'll pronounce it wrong. And but we're playing in Europe. It's like, and obviously we've discussed the Newcastle result enough. We played really well. We played fantastically yesterday in our Carabao Cup match for a very weak side, knocking Jay's Chelsea out of the cup. Maybe that gives Lamella more of a chance of starting than I've given him here. But if we continue playing like that, then I'm looking forward to Sunday until half an hour before. Then I'll be dreading it. So go on then. Right, good luck with the Carabao. Good luck in Europe. Some things may happen. negating that, let's sort of use the preface that we didn't really, some players that you think are going to play have played, and let's just say we've both kind of won those games. God, I hope we have after saying that. And what's your team for Sunday then?
So it's what you expect, apart from one player, which we'll talk about. So I've gone for De Gea in net, Lindelof and Maguire staying at the back, Bissaka and Shaw staying on as full-backs. Matic has had a great few weeks, to be fair. And even the back end of last season, he's been really solidifying our midfield. And a lot of the counter-attacks start from his passes. So he stays in centre defensive mid for me. Bruno on one side of centre mid. And then there's the controversial point. I've dropped Pogba. And I put Van der Beek in because
Because you're a rational human being.
Well, exactly. I've been thinking about this morning. With Pogba, it's always if. It's always maybe. Or if that goal had gone in, it'd have been fantastic. It's never that goal was fantastic.
That's fair.
And it's been like that for months and months. He's always got the ability and potential, but you never actually see it.
And last time you brought him off the bench against Tottenham, he won the softest penalty of all time. So great. History might be able to repeat itself there.
But against the Brighton game, he was brought off just to start the second half. Rightfully so, because he lost the ball and never tried to win it back.
And I think now that you've signed Bruno, I think I did see that Bruno essentially sprinted past him, didn't he, to go and get that ball, and it was kind of the difference in player that you've got there.
So I think if we're going to beat your team, we're going to need legs in midfield, and we're going to need players that are going to pressure and track you down. So Van der Beek goes in midfield for me because the legs there in midfield, maybe apart from Matic.
Is that where he's been playing when he's been coming on in that Pogba role?
Yes, however, when he come on against Brighton, he was on the left wing, which confused me. He was on. It was only for 5 minutes, but he's a centre mid. He's a box to box midfielder, which is probably what we need. So that's my midfield three anyway, and then I've gone for Greenwood, Martial up front, and Rashford on the other side, as you would probably expect.
Yes, no, I think that's not Sancho then.
Nah,
I don't know. I mean, what day is it today? It's currently Wednesday. Our game's on Sunday, and there's 5 days left of the transfer window as it stands. So our game will be the last day.
They rejected 100 million basically yesterday.
Well, no, they rejected 70 with add-ons, didn't they?
It was 80 and 20 million add-ons, weren't it? And then on the contrary, he didn't travel with the squad.
Yeah, but neither did Berkey.
Right.
So they did say respiratory issues, I believe. That was the reason. That might be bullshit, but maybe getting Berkey too. You have three top
this
keepers.
Morning we've heard Dembele from Barca on loan.
Yes, or Osama bin. Did you see that on Transfer News? The guy panicked and went, Osama bin, and then panicked and went, Dembele, which was fantastic. If only that slip of the tongue had just continued a little bit more. Okay, so pretty much the United side you'd expect, plus Van der Beek for Pogba. Okay. I'm. There's maybe a few shock names in mine.
You've obviously your game on Thursday. As little as the club is, it's a massive game for you.
Oh yeah, and you saw what we almost did in our first European qualifier when we had to. They went down to 9 men, and then we scored 2 in 10 minutes, and just were never in doubt, lads. And it was shitting hell. So we do know, and it's I've already said there's no point beating Chelsea yesterday if we now go to and get knocked out of Europe. So. It's good though because Tottenham are finally in a bit of a position where I've actually kind of looked at our players and gone, oh my god, he can play one game and he can play the other, and they play the same position. What a mad time! Which is actually something you need to sort on as well, isn't it? Really, because you don't have that either, really. But anyway, there's a few shoe-ins. So I'll highlight them. But Lloris is going to start because Hart will probably start in Europe, so it'll be Lloris at the back there. It'll be a back four. Of Doherty, Dyer, Sanchez and Reguilon. I can't see any other. The only thing maybe Toby for Sanchez, because again, Dyer will definitely play because he is not playing in Europe after playing for 48 hours. Mourinho's already confirmed that. I can't see it not being Doherty. He seems to be our Premier League choice now. Serge can probably play in Europe. Although he's just played as well, so who knows. Sanchez, we did that last time and it worked up until the penalty, and it was just the fact that Dyer and Sanchez had that pace to deal with Rashford, Martial and Greenwood. Mm-hmm. He's a faster centre-back, and there's even a chance Tanganga could slot in there, but he won't pick Toby, which is sad, but he won't. Left back, this is where I think we're going to throw Reguilon in for his first Premier League game. That's partly because Reguilon's just played, and then by that logic, Ben Davies plays the next one. By that logic, Reguilon plays the next one. But he made a bit of a cock-up for Chelsea's goal.
How do you think he played last night?
Chelsea's goal, he lunged in. It was ridiculous. He looked like he'd never played professional football before. And then as soon as he made that mistake, he was absolutely class. And you have missed out on maybe not the most polished player in the world, but for a defender, I have never been so excited for a fullback. He looks insane. This is going to sound like one of those ridiculous sources, but there's a man called Alistair Gold. He does a lot of the Tottenham reporting. He's come out and said that he's discussed it with the club. And when they get all the data after a game of like running stats and stuff, apparently they were all just bewildered and like shocked at Reguilon's running stats. They were like, "What are you doing?" And he'd like how? And Reguilon was just like, "Hello," and they were like, "Holy shit!" So that's what I've heard. And from what I could see, he had a great shot that was saved by Mendy. He just tore down the wing back and forth. He was a box to box bloody wing back. It was incredible. And I think to deal with, Davies will probably get done by Greenwood and Martial and Rashford, whereas Reguilon might keep pace with them a bit more. Yeah. This is a hopeful midfield that I'm going for. This is the midfield I want to see. I think Winks is going to play on Thursday. I think Lo Celso is going to play on Thursday. But the midfield I want to see Tottenham use going forward is Højbjerg at the base with Ndombele and Lo Celso just ahead of them. That midfield, for me, on paper, has everything you could want it to have. That's all I've wanted to see all season. I like Winks. Winks keeps getting in there ahead of one of them, and I'm like, come on, give me the midfield I want. Lo Celso can get out of the tight areas. And Ndombele can get out of tight areas and dribble with the ball. Lo Celso can dictate and keep the tempo. Højbjerg can break up. For me, it's beautiful, and I love it, and I want it. Yeah, and then I think that's going to be the first time we use our big guns. That's going to be our United, Mourinho. Come on, these players, we've bought them recently. They're our big new look Tottenham. Boom, go out there. And then the front three kind of just writes itself, only because unless Lamela does sneak in there on form, Son's still injured. It's going to be Moura, Bergvin, and Kane because that's it. Apart from Lamela and Sessegnon, who doesn't play anymore.
So, sorry, is Dele Alli injured? Or?
Oh no, he's just gone forever. Yeah, it is weird.
I'm not really keeping up to scratch with what's going on there.
He's just basically not been in the squad, and he's been confirmed not to be injured. Mourinho said, "I'm going to play a second string squad against Chelsea." Didn't even make the bench for that. When asked, he just went, "I'm not going to speak about the players that aren't here." Clearly, there's been some sort of behind it. I mean, we saw it slightly in the All or Nothing when Mourinho thinks he's lazy. He seemed to like him, and well,
this is what I'm on the first few episodes, and he does seem to like him. He's called him into his office. I've had a big chat. This is what I'm up to at the moment.
But maybe that chat hasn't resonated. Maybe Mourinho's gone, look, this is your last chance to become a top player under me, and maybe Ali just has regressed under that and has not. Said if you start training and start defending and pulling your weight and tracking back, you've got a place. And maybe that hasn't happened. And I love Dele Alli, and he will leave. And to be honest, I think one of the most likely and best destinations he could possibly go to is Man United.
I was about to say
I think he'd be absolutely incredible for you guys, and I think he would rip up the league.
I think it would be stupid not to go for him at least, because obviously I think PSG are in for him.
Yeah, I think that's the only team that's remotely interested, but at the same time they don't seem you know, it doesn't seem likely that still. It's just, for me, it's just, maybe not under Solskjaer, but if you offload Lingard, please not to us, and bring in...
Do a swap.
Straight swap. Oh, God. I just think that, you know, maybe it wouldn't work because you've got Fernandes, Pogba and Van der Beek, and he kind of sits in that role, but at the same time...
Would he not play on the wing?
Oh, God, no. Not effectively.
No,
Tottenham's, at the height of Tottenham's success, we were pushing Eriksen out on the left in order to accommodate Ali in the middle, and it just didn't work the other way. So I don't see that happening. But, you know, United play a lot of games. Bruno Fernandes can't do everything. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. So that's my lineup. I think just Lamela will... The only other thing is Lamela will come on and start, you know, being a twat to one of your players. That's my only other prediction. But I feel quite good, unless, you know, all our players have got COVID on Thursday. Who knows? But yeah, so what do you think is going to happen?
I don't like predicting these big games like this because
you got no choice.
You never know what's going to happen. You know, our players will be rested for Sunday. I think we, like I've said, we'll play the second squad tonight. So I don't really know. I would like to say we win tonight, bounce back from what happened last week, make a statement in the league. You know, City got beat last week.
You'd like to say that. What are you actually saying?
We're going to draw out.
We're going to draw. I do see it.
If I'm being realistic, I think it's got 1-1 written all over it.
As they often do with our games now. That's fair. I see something different this time, and I'm just gonna, you know, I'm quite pessimistic, but I'm optimistic this month. Who knows why? I think we're seeing a little bit of Mourinho's Tottenham now. I don't think we've seen it yet. I think he's got the players he wants. He's got players that he didn't think were going to play for him playing. People like Ndombele have done a complete U-turn, and we're going to come and be a bit aggressive. And I think Mourinho is finally going to, outwit Solskjaer, because Solskjaer seems to be on a different trajectory. He seems to be going down, and I think that you'll definitely score at some point. But if we play that squad, and I think Mourinho's played a weakened team against Chelsea, there's been no hope. And I know Chelsea kind of played a weakened team, but that team could easily have started in the Prem. Like, that's not... Tottenham's team that we played wouldn't start in the Prem. Chelsea's did. And we shocked them. And I think we're going to do the same. And I think Mourinho... we've played fantastically against Southampton in the second half, scoring the 5. We should have been out of sight at Newcastle. We played fantastically against Newcastle. We just got lucky. He hit the post twice, create as many chances as we did. Carl Darlow with 4-5 wonder saves. What can you do? Then we've gone to Chelsea. Well, Chelsea have come to us. We've gone now, get out the cup, knock them out. We're going to get into the Europa League qualifying stages. We're going to invite United back to our place, slap them up. We're going to win the league. No, we're not going to win the league. But we're going to, I think...
We've won 5 away games on the bounce.
Tottenham have won, I think, Tottenham have lost 1 in their last 11, 12, something like that.
Is your home form not as great as your away form, though? Am I right by saying that?
I actually don't know at the moment. I think we've got a few more draws at home than we'd like. Yeah. Not necessarily losses, but I think that, considering we spent all of last season looking at Tottenham's form and going, holy shit, there's actually a bit of a corner turn now. And I think Tottenham have kind of sneakily gone under the radar a little bit in terms of becoming a decent side again. Not champions by any stretch of the imagination, or even challenging, but we're not shit now, I think.
No, you've got a strong... You've bought... We said this weeks ago. You've bought very smartly with Doherty and Højbjerg.
And fingers crossed, that's not the end of it.
But on the other hand, we've got the same squad as we got last season, and I think we're getting found out a little bit at the moment, especially if we're coming up against Mourinho. I know we beat you last time, but
you drew against us last time.
Yeah, sorry, my bad.
Let's get that one right.
But
again, that's a game that, if we're being honest, was a soft penalty, and
yeah.
I'm going to say this is going to be a classic, a really good 3-1 Tottenham. Let's go.
That's confident.
That is.
I've never heard you this confident before.
I know. It's a new era. So you're saying a draw, are you?
Realistically, yeah, but I've got to go for United.
You can't. You got to follow your head, not your heart.
All right, 1-1.
1-1. All right. Well, that's kind of well, let's see what happens between then and now. We'll call it there. Although I would like to leave you with one final stat, which might amaze you, which I found out yesterday. Did you know that since Lampard took over at Chelsea, no team in the league combined has conceded more away goals than Chelsea?
Interesting.
That's a mad stat, isn't it? Bearing in mind, bloody Norwich were in the league last year.
But you've got to remember now, though, Josh, that they've got Thiago Silva.
Oh yeah, no, and he really, covered himself in glory. Are you starting to? Jay obviously won't. Are you starting to maybe see my point there?
Yeah, I see both points. I just like to sit there and watch his argue.
No.
And I'll just.
I believe you did call me bitter
last
pod because I about the Thiago Silva point, but I'll let that one slide. Well, yeah, we'll call it there because I'm pretty sure I can hear some sort of power washer next door that started up. So sorry if you can hear that.
I'm in the conservatory and it's pissing it down. So
oh, good. So just apologies for the audio, and come on, you Spurs, and tell your dad.
Tell your dad.